everyone, welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about music discs and how are they connected to the Minecraft storyline. And through each of these discs, we can find so much information, such as when it was created from the structures. For example, let's say this music disc. Disc number 5 by Samuel Aberg was found in the ancient city, which means that it was created long ago. And then we can know how people felt back then. How is it like during that time? All from these music discs. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. And let's talk about the first music disc. And that is disc number... Oh, it doesn't give a number. But this music disc, we're going to be splitting into all of the periods from Minecraft Legends to all those periods, first era, second, third, and the modern day. So the oldest music disc in Minecraft has got to be the Relic music disc, which can only be found in Trail Ruins and seems to be made out of clay. So let's take a listen, and by the audio itself, we can sense if it was a happy time or a bad time during the era. Okay, that's great. So just by the audio itself, I can definitely tell that it was a happy time back then. So connecting this with the storyline of what we know about Minecraft was there was these ancient builders which came from Minecraft Legends who fought back against the piglin horde and pretty much saved the world, pretty much. And then they made civilizations just like the villages. But the villages are much less developed ancient builders who forgot their skill of crafting and were just a descendant of them. So this is the oldest period, and it was a happy period after the war on Minecraft Legends. So let's just put it as a happy period. But things are gonna get pretty dark real soon. And now we're moving on to the first era music disc. And these music discs can only be found in buried treasure chests. And those are the music discs Cat 13, Melahai, and Stall. Was this Stall? Yeah, Stall. And Stall. Now for these 4 music discs, I can't fit them all in an item frame. So what I'm gonna do is just do this with the shulker boxes. So now the first era is definitely not the oldest one, and I'm gonna be putting all the music discs here for the item frame, but we can do that later. So now let's take all these music discs a listen, and let's make sure, let's hear it out. So just to be safe, it was made by Aaron Sheriff as well as Mojang, the Rad music disc, just to be safe. And now Cat 13, Melahai, and Stall are all made by C41 and Minecraft. So let's take a listen and let's see what it was like living in that time. So from the Cat music disc alone, it sounds like it was a happy time. But let's take a listen to another music disc. 13. Yup, it was creepy. That was a creepy music disc. Okay, I'm getting mixed signals here. Was it happy? Was it sad? I don't know. Let's get the Melahai. lyrics, I think it's mostly for musical orchestras, but I'll just hear out stall. Okay, so it was happy music disc. So all of these were happy, but all of these are happy except for 13. Now, let's get the story here. So cat and 13 can be found in almost every single structure. So I think that cat as well as 13 are definitely not in the oldest period, because the oldest period is when the chill ruins existed. But I don't think dungeons, ancient cities, and everything of that existed. So I think cat and 13 definitely existed in the first era, but could be in other eras too. So let's just set the time to day. It's a bit dark. Oh god. Okay. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. So cat and 13 are definitely somewhere in the first era where they were created, because they can be found in almost every structure, including dungeons, ancient cities, and all of that, strongholds and everything. That means that they had to be somewhere in the hands of an ancient builder. So that definitely starts in the first era, and it's kind of a mixed feeling, especially 13, because 13 sounds very sad. Just take a listen again. Like that just sounds creepy. But I think I'm getting really mixed signals, so I'm just gonna say a medium era. And I'm just to mention, Malahai and Stall can only be found in buried treasure chests. That means that they had to be somewhere inside the sea civilizations, which had all of the ocean monuments, sunken ships, and all of that. So, yeah. It's also somewhere here, because these music discs were also created in the era that the ancient builders were trying to explore the world, which was when they created all of these monuments. So these 4 music discs are in that era specifically. Now, we're moving on to the second era, which, from the music disc look alone, just the look of the music disc alone, we can already know that it's gonna be a wild era. A wild era, because like it's crazy. So if you don't know how to craft this, it's pretty simple. Just imagine this is a crafting grid. Just put 9 disc fragments. Just put 9 disc fragments, and boom, it turns into this music disc. So let's take it a listen and let's see how it felt like living in the second era of the ancient builders. Okay, so what that could tell me about the era was that it was a sad era. It was a really bad era to be living in. And the story of this era was the ancient builders. They were experimenting a lot as in the medium era by exploring everywhere. Because if we see desert temples, we can see the outline of creepers and wizard skeletons. So they summoned the wizard in the first era, and that made the dawn of a new era, the second era. So the ancient builders decided that they did not want to die to the wizard, and they couldn't kill it. The iron golems couldn't kill it, nothing could kill it. So they went deep underground and built ancient cities. And as you can hear from the music, there's some happy tune mixed into it, because yes, these are 9 music discs which are from random times, so it kind of shifts like the, and then you can hear um, musical things coming out of it, like music, actual music coming from that. So during that, when they were hiding, they listened to this for music, but in the end, some of these music discs were created to document what had happened in that area. So the wizard found their way into the ancient city and they were just raiding it. The wizard was raiding it, and the ancient builders created this massive warden-shaped portal. The warden came out and killed the wizard, but in the end, the wizard took over. The warden took over, and boom, the ancient builders are gone. They got wiped. They left the ancient cities to go to the strongholds, and boom. Now, these music discs are all that's left from the ancient cities, and now we know exactly how they lived. Before the wizard came into to destroy everything, to destroy the ancient cities, before they tried to destroy the ancient city, the wizard, before the wizard destroyed the ancient city, this music disc was a normal music disc. But then, as the wizard broke in, these are for documentation. Maybe like one of these music discs are music, and all of these are just documentation. So it's a mix of, I don't know, 9 different music discs, which I think gives you a really cool story behind it. So yeah, that's the second era, and it's definitely a sad era. So if you are living in this era, yeah, you wouldn't have fun. It was pretty mixed. Now we're moving on to the third era, and that is Other Side by Lena Raine. Before I forget, this was made by Samuel Aberg, disc number 5. And now we have Lena Raine from Other Side. So let's just take it a listen. Okay, just from that small music sample that you heard, Lena Raine's Other Side was presumably a happy time. Because like, who would be dancing and singing to a song in a dark age? But so yeah, we can piece together a story. So after the events of Minecraft Legends, the ancient builders started building civilizations from the Trail ruins, and then they slowly advanced and started exploring the world, going into the first era. And in this first era, they had many civilizations, from this civilization from the plains to the desert to the ocean to the winter to every single biome known to man. And then they transcended into 2 social groups, the villagers and the normal builders. So the villagers, they forgot how to build and how to craft, while the other social group, the normal builders, continued on and started experimenting, and then they built the wizard. And then they hid inside their ancient cities, which got raided and got destroyed. And then now we're here in the stronghold, where they escaped through the end portal, and now they're stuck in the end. So this music disc can only be found in 2 places, and that's the dungeons and strongholds. So that means that this was made by the ancient builders when they were escaping, because they wanted to leave back what they listened to inside the stronghold before they left. So they put these music discs inside of the stronghold before they left and got trapped and turned into Endermen. So that would mean that this music disc is a happy time when they were telling everyone how everything was like. So it was a happy time when they are finally escaping from the warden, and they're going to a safer place, and that is the stronghold, and that is the end. And now we go back to the largest pieces of the music disc, and that is all of these music discs, which are all of these, which are disc Strad, Ward, 11, Wait, Far, Mall, and that's it. And oh, and chirp and blocks, and chirp and blocks, which make up a total of 8 music discs, which is pretty cool. So let's listen to all these music discs and let's see what it's like, because these are definitely in the modern era because they can only be found in dungeons or when a creeper gets killed by a skeleton. Now it's a weird system because like a skeleton killing a creeper. So these music discs are probably embedded inside of a creeper. I don't know how that works, it's just some game facts, but these are definitely in modern era. Or actually, these music discs could also be at the bottom of time because creepers and skeletons existed way back then, but who knows. So we're just gonna count these as modern day. Now let's just take all of these a listen and let's see how it was like. So from hearing all of these songs, we're actually gonna add another era. Yep, we're not going to modern day yet, but we're gonna go to the 4th era. Now this is when us, the player, or the descendant from the ancient builders, have come to this area, and it was pretty dark age, and that was when, oh no, wrong disc. That was when disc 11 was created. It was a pretty dark age. So I'm just gonna be calling it sad. If you're living here, it's not a good time. And why is a cow here? Anyways, now we're gonna go to the modern era. And all of these music discs that you see in my inventory are from the modern era, which can only be found when a creeper gets shot by a skeleton, when a creeper gets killed by a skeleton. And as we know, creepers have existed from the dawn of time, so we don't know where these music discs get placed, but I'm just gonna be placing them definitely in modern, just because that's the only evidence we actually have. So I'm just gonna pick up shulker box, put all of these music discs here, and then call it that. Call it that, and boom. Modern era. And we are living in the modern era, and it's a pretty mixed. Because, as we know, there are a lot of things that are pretty mixed here. It's not that happy, not that sad. So yeah. And now, the final music disc, which arguably is my favorite. I'm not biased, but I just like it. So, it's Pigstep. Now, Pigstep, we have no idea where it is on the spectrum, but there is one clue which makes it so obvious. First things first, it can only be found in Bastion Remnants. As you can see, the look of the music disc is much more different because it's made from gold and netherrack, and it can only be found in the nether. So the piglins, or the people who created this are the piglins, they created this with their own resources. Because if you see every other music disc, it has a design of black with a round thing in the middle. The only exceptions are the ancient builders ones, which is the relic, as well as disc number 5, because these music discs have been created in a different biome, like a different, like, how do I say, it's a different structure That's all they had. So in this era, they didn't really use the materials that we have now. They didn't have all these black records in the middle, so they just used clay. And same here, they couldn't get to the surface, so they just used all of the deep slate underground. And the same thing as the piglins, they created this out of netherrack and gold. And now, how can we pinpoint where this was? Well, bastions are not called bastions, they're called bastion remnants. And a bastion remnant just means that a remnant is something that was once a massive building. So it was once a massive bastion, but got destroyed. Now, let's go back to Minecraft Legends real quick. Now, in Minecraft Legends, we are fighting against the piglins. And now we have to destroy all their nether bases. Now, my theory on this is all the ruined nether portals that you see in the world, those are the piglin workstations. If you played Minecraft Legends, you would know that the piglins had these massive portals and they just sent a whole army through them. Well, those ruined nether portals are the remains of those portals. And in Minecraft Legends, let's say after the piglins were defeated, we went into the nether and destroyed the bastions, leaving only bastion remnants, which also makes me feel that this music disc was from Minecraft Legends. And let's just take a listen, because the composition is also insanely good. And it's very different from all the overall disc. So, from Lena Rain, let's take a listen. So that's the story of all the music discs, all the way from Minecraft Legends, from Pigstep, because we destroyed the bastions, and that would mean that this was at the Minecraft Legends time when the piglins were invading us. Then when the ancient village started settling down, it was the relic music disc, which was a happy period. And the medium era also can be mixed. It's all four music discs: Cat, 13, Melahai, and Stall. Because it's a pretty mixed period, people were suffering and some people were having a great time. Then the sad era was when they were hiding inside the ancient cities. Then after that, the happy time in the third era from other side, when they were escaping into the end and they were having great life there and turned into Endermen. And we have the sad era, also a sad era here with this number 11, when they finally came back as us, as their ancestors, and this was just one of their stories. So like one of the stories, and then we have the modern day, which contain all of these music discs, which can only be found when a creeper gets shot by, when it gets killed by a skeleton, and it was a pretty mixed era. Now I would like to give credit to all of the musicians here. You can click off the video right now if you want to, but yes, Lena Rain, Aaron Sheriff, C418 for all four of the music discs here, and then Samuel Aberg, Lena Rain, C418, and C418 for all of this. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you all had a great time, and I hope all of you enjoyed today's video and today's recap. I hope this teaches you a lot about the Minecraft lore, and if it doesn't, don't worry. There are many ways to learn this. I didn't learn all of this in one day. It took me a while, but hey, it's perfectly fine, and I'll see you in the next video. So, bye! Hey everyone, thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys had a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.